With me is the Foreign Minister of Palestine. Ma'am, welcome to WION. And my first question to you is, you're here in India. How do you see India-Palestine relationship?
I'm very happy to be in India. This is my first visit and I hope it's not the last. This is a great country and we've had a great relationship with India for the last decades. India has been very instrumental in voting with Palestine in international fora, and it has been instrumental in providing humanitarian assistance and development assistance, not only in Gaza in the last few years and more so in the last 2 years, but also on the West Bank. And there are several projects that have been and still ongoing with support from India.
How do you see India as a bridge builder at a time when the crisis has only grown? India has very good relationship with Israel. The Indian Prime Minister is expected to go to Israel. India has a historic relationship with Palestine, being the first non-Arab country to recognize Palestine. So how do you see India's role as a mediator?
It's very important. It's very important to have countries that are on good terms with both sides. Because in the final analysis, we want whoever can to bring the two parts closer so that the two parts actually respect each other and respect the rights of each other. So India can play a big role and we expect it to venture into that direction.
How do you see India's role in reconstruction efforts in Gaza? We know that Donald Trump has taken the role. We hope to see semblance whenever it happens. But how do you see India's role in reconstruction of the Gaza Strip?
The reconstruction of the Gaza Strip, given the vast destruction in Gaza, will require enormous support in terms of human resources, in terms of money, in terms of technical assistance, you name it. And India can play, alongside other countries, a major role in funding, in construction efforts, and so forth. So we expect all countries, with India included, to chip in so that the reconstruction of the Gaza Strip can start as soon as possible and can end as soon as possible so that the people have space to breathe and start coming to a normal life or a partial normal life, because really after such atrocities, not sure how long it takes, how many generations it takes for people to recuperate.
Ma'am, coming to what's happening not only in terms of the peace efforts, but the Board of Peace as well. We have seen Donald Trump's initiatives. How do you see these initiatives by the US President Donald Trump, and specifically asking on the Board of Peace that was announced on the sidelines of Davos? There was no presence of Palestinian side. Do you feel disheartened?
Look, Palestinians would welcome any peace initiative, because any peace initiative will really, we assume, will take into consideration the requirements of a peace. The requirements of peace simply entail the respect of people as per international law and the right to self-determination. Now, that Board of Peace for us was part and parcel of United Nations Security Council Resolution 3802, and it was specifically earmarked towards Gaza. And as such, we have embraced it, we have welcomed it, because it tackles the needs of humanitarian assistance, the opening of the crossings, the unimpeded entry of that assistance, reconstruction efforts, etc., etc. And it links, in one way or another, with statehood. This is what we have embraced, and this is what we would like to see instituted.
But are you hopeful, ma'am, Donald Trump's efforts, the Board of Peace, can lead to eventually the statehood for Palestine? Are you hopeful?
We need to work for it, not just us and our allies, because that and that only will put an end to the so-called conflict in the Middle East. It's not a conflict, it's an occupation. There's an occupier and there's an occupied. And in the final analysis, international law is very clear about the occupation and the occupier.
Ma'am, essentially things are moving very fast in West Asia, but how do you see, in terms of not only peace efforts, but India's role at the meeting that's going to happen, the India-Arab Foreign Ministers meeting? Will this matter, the Board of Peace, India's role be discussed at the India-Arab Foreign Ministers meeting?
I think several issues will be discussed. The peace in the Middle East is at the forefront of any discussion because it affects the whole area. Peace on the Israeli-Palestinian front is not just a peace confined to Israel and Palestine. It's a peace that would transcend to other countries, or an insecurity that would transcend to the other countries. And as such, it would definitely be on the table.
Here in the Indian subcontinent, there is a view about Hamas, especially here in India, because Hamas is seen associated with terror groups in Pakistan. There are reports, the linkages in Bangladesh. What's your sense about Hamas and the linkages the group has with the terror groups in Pakistan?
Well, I don't know about the terror groups in Pakistan or the linkages, but any violence is condemned by the official line of Palestine. We have espoused nonviolence, and we believe that any issues should be solved around the table.
And my last question to you is about how, if you can give us an overview about the current situation in Gaza, because many of our viewers would be keen to get your view about the situation there.
The situation is extremely difficult because the space is in shambles, the infrastructure is destroyed, the humanitarian assistance still is not reaching in the extent that is supposed to reach. The killing is continuing and the injuries are continuing, albeit not to the extent that was before. But we hope that this ceasefire becomes a permanent ceasefire and we can start the efforts of immediate relief as soon as possible. People need to eat and drink clean water.
But is the ceasefire working?
Well, the ceasefire has worked. It is not fully ceasefire, but at least we're not seeing the atrocities that we have been seeing in the past, but still killing continues.
So you're optimistic?
We have to stay optimistic. We have to, for the sake of our people, we have to stay optimistic.
And there are countries who have recognized Palestine in the last few months.
Yes, we had over 20 countries recognizing in 24-25, making it up to 160 countries. We will continue our effort on that front.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking.
You're welcome.